Hey everybody, and welcome back to the 360 Player YouTube channel. In this video, we have a great analysis breakdown of Dortmund versus Bayern back in the 2011-2012 season. And this was actually the last time that Dortmund won the Bundesliga, and since then Bayern has been on an extremely dominant run. But these two teams have always been very, very strong, and actually a year later they met in the Champions League final. This was a very, very important game for both teams because at the time Dortmund was leading the league table with 3 points. So a win by Bayern would have set them even on points with just a few matches to go, and a win by Dortmund, they would go 6 points ahead and pretty much put themselves in a solid position to win the Bundesliga. Now we're going to analyze this from a tactical perspective because both teams played a very aggressive pressing style of football, which is very, very interesting to watch. And this video is for your educational purposes to see what kind of key takeaways we can gather from this game. We do not own the copyrights to this footage. That is the Bundesliga that owns this, but we are using it for a tactical analysis and educational purposes. So let's hop in to the 360 Player platform where we've done a video analysis. Both teams are running the 4-2-3-1 formation. Always been very, very popular. Bayern running the same formation. One of the things that Dortmund did extremely well is they were really good at putting Bayern under pressure. They always commit high levels of pressure by having lots of numbers around the ball, so that even if one player gets beat, because let's face it, Bayern Munich has really good technical players, and even if they're able to beat one player, there's always other Dortmund players that are really close by, making them really hard to get past. Here's Frank Ribery on the ball, a brilliant technical player, and you can see the numbers around the ball constantly making it hard for Bayern to penetrate. Again, if one person gets beat, there's multiple players around the ball at all times. And you can see the effort and energy with which Dortmund press. And even when Bayern is able to manage to break through, there's effort and energy from every player that is nearby in the area, and Dortmund's able to handle it and take the ball away right here. And here's another case of Bayern trying to break Dortmund down, and Dortmund just doing a good job of constantly swarming the ball, constantly having numbers around the ball. And as a coach, this is always something that I tried to instill into my players defensively, that you can't just defend with one person. It has to be a unit, it has to be a group swarming with everyone around the ball to make it difficult for the attack. On the other side of things, Dortmund is not the only team in this game that was applying feverish pressure on defense. We can see the same thing as soon as Bayern lose the ball right here. They constantly are swarming it with all the players that are near, and because of this defensive effort, Mario Gomez is able to get in another chance, which leads to them pinning Dortmund back deep with a throw-in in their own half. The defensive work rate by both teams in this match was extremely impressive looking back. Now, because Dortmund has such a high defensive work rate, they're not afraid to send in long balls because they know that their players are going to be swarming the ball, putting Bayern under constant pressure. So even if they knock the ball long and it might result in some 50-50 balls, oftentimes, more often than not, Dortmund players are going to get on the end of it. Here is a center back to the left fullback. Hummels is a great distributor of the long ball. And you can see they're already advancing into an attacking position. And again, another long ball to the fullback on the opposite side. They're not afraid to commit their fullbacks into the attack, and you just see this time and time again, Dortmund bombarding Bayern with long balls. Another long ball, this time by the goalkeeper Weidenfeller, and within just a few passes, a long ball and a 50-50 knockdown, it puts Kagawa in a position to get a shot off and create half of a goal scoring chance right there. So here once again we'll see another long ball from Hummels, but let's take a look at Bayern's defensive shape. Both teams in this game had pretty similar base defensive tactics, which we see a lot of times where you have 4 in the back line in a block of 4, you have a midfield block of 4, and then you have your attacking midfielder and forward that apply pressure from the beginning. And you could see this from both teams, not only Bayern. The 4-4-2 shape is a very, very common base shape tactically in defense. And just to give you a further example of that, let's look at Dortmund. On the other side, they have their 2 forwards applying pressure first, and they have their 4 midfielders right here. Bayern switching the play, looking for an opening here. Again, 2 forwards, 4 midfielders, and 4 defenders. Very, very common defensive structure and setup. And of course, whoever is nearest the ball in those chains is going to apply pressure, while the other ones are providing cover around. So let's take a look at how Bayern were building out of the back with their 4-2-3-1 formation. We can see that their back line is highlighted here in red. They really like to push their fullbacks up into attack, and they have both of their sixes or center defensive midfielders dropping in right here to try to link up and receive the ball to play it forward. You can just play this through here and look at the movement. They like to switch the ball back and forth, waiting to try to find an opening in the defensive team. Then a center midfielder gets the ball and turns to go. And you can see already the fullback, Alaba, committing into the attack right there. Now that we have a basic understanding of the offensive and defensive tactics of both teams, let's take a look at some of the key moments that happened in this game. Right here, it's a great through pass. And Blaszczykowski just has too much pace for Badstuber just getting in on goal. The finish was just not quite there. One of the things that Dortmund does extremely well is they can attack in different ways. They can attack with the long ball, and they're also very good at tight passes in tight spaces, which we can see in this build-up play here. Great little 1-2 down the right side. And this is eventually, you see, as soon as there's a 50-50 ball, Dortmund players are applying pressure, and the ball just pops out. A great save by Manuel Neuer. It's actually a double save. Here was a key chance of Dortmund where they actually hit the post. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Comes from a corner kick at first, knocks the ball in, and just another great chance for Dortmund to take the lead. Here comes the first goal in the game. A corner kick at first, the ball gets sent in, and right here is just a brilliant finish by Lewandowski. Ball comes out to the top of the box. Lewandowski is on sides in the middle, and just this little touch makes it almost impossible for Neuer to react and defend. Bayern had several chances to equalize throughout this game, and here was a penalty opportunity. Weidenfeller does run into Robben's legs there, but if we fast forward to the penalty chance, Bayern not able to convert. Fast forward to the last chance for Bayern. We're in stoppage time now, as you can see. Ball gets whipped in, almost an own goal, off the post, and then Arjen Robben. It was just not his day. For as great of a player as he was, this is a chance that he is definitely going to wish he had back. Off the post, and just from 2 meters out, putting it over the bar. So what are the key takeaways from this game? I think for me, seeing the passion and intensity that both teams played with defensively was what made this game very interesting and fascinating to watch, and also I think gives a great basis for the mindset that you want to instill in your team as a coach. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want to do tactical analysis of your own team, be sure to check out the 360 Player platform. You can find out more about us with the links in the description. With that being said, guys, thanks so much for watching this video, and we will see you in another one.